What is the dumbest 100% serious thing someone has said to you? A girl I know got a nose job. When I complimented her on her new look, she said, "I didn't do it for me. I didn't want my kids to be born with big noses." It's really dangerous to take only half an ecstasy pill. Sometimes the pills aren't actually ecstasy. It's like 50% speed and 50% heroin. So if you only take half, you might accidentally take just the speed or just the heroin half, which makes it way more dangerous. I was once making small talk with an acquaintance, and I told her I'd flown out to visit my family in Korea over the summer. She got this smug grin on her face and said, "You can't fly to Korea. It's an island." Edit. It's definitely a stretch to say she was making a clever allusion to geopolitics or North Korea. In fact, I'm not even sure if she knows there are two Koreas. No idea what she was trying to say. I've been a cook for 15 years. One time a server asked me to rush a chicken breast. She forgot to ring in. I said, "Okay, it will be a few minutes. It's still a bit raw. Just give it to me." "It's fine," she says. I tell her I don't feel like giving anyone salmonella poisoning today, and she will have to wait. Her jaw drops, and her face turns red. She rather belligerently shouts, "Just give it to her, because she's losing tip money," then adds, "Besides, people don't get salmonella from chicken, they get it from salmon. You're a cook, you should know that by now." Every person in that room did the slow neck turn of, "WTF did I just hear?" and just stared at her. Stephen Hawking is British, but he doesn't have an accent. Me, unfortunately. When someone said their food was too hot, a friend said to put it in the microwave on defrost to cool it down. We were in the car, and an ambulance passed us with the lights on. My friend turned to me, with a very serious look on her face, and asked, "If you were a blind and deaf car driver, how would you know to pull over for an ambulance?" This became my senior quote. My mother last week, while I was eating some buffalo wings, "Is it real buffalo?" She also said to my dad, "Did you know the human eye can only see 26 miles? Because that's how far away the horizon is." My dad instantly came back with, "I didn't know the moon was 26 miles away." She was stunned. Years ago, while working at a cafe, a couple came up to me and asked if Saddam Hussein was Russian. The Iraq war had just begun, so I snickered and said, "Of course not." The boyfriend turned to his girlfriend with a smug, victorious look and said, "See, I told you he was German." I used to work at Best Buy, and I had a customer, lady in her 30s, come in with her plasma television on the flat cart. She says, "I need the plasma refill." So I give the old customer service fake laugh, because I thought it had to be a joke, but the look on her face and tone showed that she was serious. I took her to the home theater department, and from a distance I can hear her going off about plasma refill prices, or shouldn't the warranty cover the plasma? Mine's a little more lighthearted. When someone is whistling, do you ever have the desire to stick a baby carrot in their mouth? Just for the record, I have never had that desire. A drive-through girl heard me speaking my language on the phone when I was waiting for my food, and she kept saying it was cool that I was bilateral. I asked if she was referring to triangles or something, but she said no, bilateral like a person. I had a guy in a pub, completely adamant to the point of red-faced anger, swearing on the Bible that you can see New York from the Donegal coast on a good clear day. I was in tears laughing. I drove past a car dealership the other day with my wife, and she just started freaking out. She yelled, "When did that get here? Can we go?" Then she just gets really quiet and looks away. I pause and then realize what is happening and say, "You thought that was a Nike?" "Yeah. We've driven past that dealership almost every day for over a year." A woman stopped me in the grocery store when I was in my early teens to tell me that I could cure my acne by rubbing juice all over it. I assure you, she was dead serious. I heard two girls talking on the bus to my class. Girl 1, "Let's go to Hawaii this summer." Girl 2, "I wish. I don't like to fly though." Girl 1, "It's fine. I think the bridge is almost finished. We can just drive." These girls were students at a university. Well, if you just work hard and put your mind to it, you'll walk again. Because willpower will repair the gap in my spinal cord. Thanks, restaurant host. I appreciate your high opinion of my willpower. Spelling. Since this is getting attention, I really don't think the guy was being Irish or really even paying attention to me. It was just idle conversation while everyone got seated. I just thought it was pretty foot in mouth and funnier than anything else. The earth is flat and the edges are covered in heavy layers of snow that no one can cross, uncle. He also said that the moon landing is fake, gravity is fake, airline companies are in on a conspiracy and much more. Very fun argument, I'll tell you that. This happened last night at the bar I work at. I get a ticket for Chardonnay, one with ice. Alright, one with ice, one as it's supposed to be. There we go. 3 minutes later in Storms, this lady with 2 wine glasses in her hand. Look at this, she says, and somewhat slams the glasses onto the bar. I'm a little in shock that the glasses didn't break and did as told. I looked at the glasses. Yes, one Chardonnay with ice, one without. What's the matter, ma'am? I ask. Why did she get more wine? She asks annoyed. More wine? I ask. There's not more in either one. Both had 120 milliliters exactly, right as it's supposed to be. Would you like some ice too? But that one is filler. And she points at the one with ice. Yes, it has ice in it. I reply. Why does she get more wine with the ice? Why don't I get more wine? Look, this one has that much more wine. Showing the difference between the glasses by pinching her fingers. Well, you get where this is going. The lady didn't understand that if you fill 2 glasses of wine and add ice into one, the ice will make it look like it's filler. But that's just because the ice takes up space. I had to literally show her that it was just the ice making it look like the glass is filler, which it of course was, but not with more wine. Even then I think she still though she was being mistreated. I used to work at a call center for a wireless service provider. A woman called in inquiring about how much we charged to use her phone when she was traveling internationally. I said it depends on the country and asked where she was headed. As serious as can be, she responds, Wyoming. I barely got to my mute button before I erupted in laughter. Edit. I did not mishear her, nor was she calling from outside the US. I clarified with her. She legitimately thought Wyoming was a different country. Plus, if you could hear how she talked and stuff, you literally wouldn't even give her the benefit of the doubt. From a friend. My buddy knew, highly imaginative, pathological liar, who told him 2 great stories he shared with me. Number 1, the liar to my friend. I snorkeled around the entire island of Barbados. My friend, Barbados is 240 miles in circumference. That's impossible. The liar. No, I snorkeled around a surrounding island, known as the Isle of Barbados. Number 2, the liar to my friend. I once played hockey, and during the game, which was so fast paced, my kneecap fell out, and I mistook it for the puck and slapped it into the net for the winning goal. My friend. While working at my first library job, there was a young college girl, I'm guessing a freshman, who came to the public library for some books for class. She seems to be doing fine, so I leave her alone until she repeatedly makes very frustrated noises. I offer to help. Me, can I help you find something? Her, I need the Korean Bible. Me, the Bible, in Korean? Her, yes. Me, we might have that in the international collection. Follow me. I go to said collection and do not find the Bible in Korean. I offer her the Bible in other languages or a novel in Korean. On seeing the text of the Korean novel, she looks very confused. No, this isn't it. I need the Korean Bible. Me, right. So, you specifically need the Bible, written in the Korean language? No. I need the Korean Bible. It's like the Bible, but it's in Arab. Me, trying not to face palm. Do you perhaps mean that woman? This was also the job where my 60-year-old boss asked me what pitcher and catcher meant on a gay blog she happened upon. And when I explained, she very cheerily walked away, saying, well, 'tis better to give than receive. My stepmom, as she ripped the bandage off of my sister's 3rd-degree burn, it just needs fresh air. She then made my sister clean the chicken coop with a large, now exposed burn wound. Of course it got infected. Almost killed my sister. She recovered, thankfully. Another gem from the same woman, while scolding us for getting bored and asking to leave after 4 hours in a museum. We could have gone to see Lewis and Clark's first plane. Knew a pathological liar in high school. Told everyone she was allergic to peanuts and forbade anyone to have peanuts even in the same room as her. One day I saw her eating a Reese's cup and my friends, and I said, "Aren't you deathly allergic to peanuts?" To which she replied, "They use a different kind of peanuts in Reese's that I'm not allergic to." I'll start. A coworker told me the other day that he read an article about how the number of autistic kids has shot up like 40% in the last 20 years because of vaccines, and that by the year 2050, every child born will be autistic. I said oh, and walked away. There's no arguing with that level of dumb. I should also mention, this statement is the reason I asked this question. I'm wondering if there is any possibility that someone has ever said something more idiotic than this.